Jeremy, do you want to do some demos of singing in a quieter
Okay.
mechanism?
Yeah.
It just might be interesting for people to hear.
Okay, I'll do 5-note scale, and I'll probably move around in pitch as well because there's quite a lot to show when you're talking about this subject. Let me do that'll do. Okay, so if we go that's something slightly more classical, slightly darker. I can tell you what that feels like. It feels like the top note flies off somewhere. Now that's right on my gear change, okay? If I take away some of that darkness and some of the sort of down feel, it sort of feels slightly like it's more in the same place. If I take off even more, it feels identical. Now I'm going to back off the volume a little bit. Much gentler. I am still in M1, but there are some women who would hear that and go and say that I was in falsetto.
We find that happens quite a lot in our teaching, don't we?
Yeah.
That the final one would be identified as a head voice.
Now, let me go up a little.
So can I just say,
Yeah.
because you did acoustic changes
Yes.
and you also did pressure flow changes.
I did, but I didn't do any register changes. I didn't do any mode changes.
No
That was
mechanism change
all
took
in
place.
M1. All in M1.
Okay.
So let me go up a little. Now this is interesting because that's all in M1 too. Sorry, that's all in M1 as well. Oh look, I just did a mix. This is really interesting because that feels very light. I am now well above my primary gear change. That's an F. My primary gear change is around C sharp D. So I'm well above that. But because of what I'm doing, no, this is a register violation if you like. Because
How
I'm,
very dare you?
yeah, because I'm going above. If I don't do anything and I do, I actually allow the register change to happen. There, that's what happens. Actually, even that one coming down, I still made it happen higher up. Hang on. That's better. So you can hear that that is a very, very distinct shift from M1 to M2 and back again.
It's got a lovely yodel flip, 2 yodel flips in fact.
Yeah, and if I slow that down, you'll hear that the yodel goes in different directions depending on what direction I'm going in. I love doing that exercise. But I can disguise it. So I could do the one I started with, which is to take the M1 up higher, more easily, less breath pressure. I'm hardly doing anything else really. I'm just backing off the pressure a bit. All M1. And now if I do the opposite, which is to go into M2 but disguise it a bit better. I was in M2 for 3 of those notes.
And I'm sitting next to him.
Yeah.
And I couldn't really hear it, but he could feel it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, definitely.
So if you're listening to this, it would be really interesting to know who heard it.
Yes.